Hello all of my otaku friends, my name is Prof Otaku and welcome back to another video. On this Should You Read Sunday, we are taking a look at a one-shot, a compilation of short stories by the godfather of manga himself, Osamu Tezuka, entitled Clockwork Apple. Stay tuned. I just wanted to give a quick shout out. I hit 50 subs a couple of days ago. I just want to say thank you so much to all of you who have subscribed to my channel and those of you in the future who will subscribe. It's been quite a journey in the first 10 days of my channel. I've had a blast making videos and I hope that you guys have been enjoying the content too. This is just a personal project of mine. I'm not looking for fame or fortune. I'm just looking to share my manga journey with you guys. So I appreciate all of you from the bottom of my heart. So when you think of Osamu Tezuka, you think of his most famous works, you think of Astro Boy, which was a staple and a pioneer in bringing manga and anime not only to Japan in the forefront, but also as one of the first westward expansions of manga and anime. You think of Message to Adolf and Buddha and Phoenix and Blackjack, but this one-shot Clockwork Apple is really one of his most obscure works yet. This is published by a company called Digital Manga Publishing. And this is an interesting company because it basically runs off of a Kickstarter. If they get enough funding, they will go ahead and publish something physically. And you can actually kind of see on the insert, these are all the kind of the Kickstarter people and people who funded the Kickstarter. So it's quite interesting. It's awesome that people donated the money to be able to get this thing published physically. You can find it on Amazon currently, and I will link it down in the description below if you're interested in checking it out. So like I said earlier in the video, this manga is a compilation of 8 short stories that Tezuka published in various magazines between 68 and 73. This has got quite a variety of stories. You've got a Nazi lieutenant about to get executed by a firing squad, and it's his story leading up to that point and how he thinks he's gonna survive. You've got a robot and an astronaut falling in love and their life together. You've got a city that is taken over and experimented on, and you've got one guy who's trying to save the city. You've got a weird medical experiment, a medical thing happening with a girl, and this boy is romantically involved with her, and it's their relationship together. You've also got a story about American kids who are held captive by some Japanese domestic terrorists. It's quite an interesting compilation of stories here. Some of my favorite ones, and one of my favorite ones is one where you've got a burglar and a cab driver, and the burglar is trying to get away, and it's interesting to see their dynamic together, and everything is not as you think it is between the cabbie and this burglar. So I'd say the majority of the stories in here are very enjoyable, and I could not put the book down. It was very interesting and very well paced to read through all of it. So what did I like about this work? For me, I love Osamu Tezuka's art. I know it really kind of throws people off. I'll show you some panels here. I know it throws some people off. You've got, it's a more cartoony kind of drawing, but I just find it so aesthetically pleasing. I like the action sequences that he does. I like the details he has in the faces. It's a very distinctive art style, and I really enjoy looking at it. Another thing I really enjoyed about this manga is the way that it makes you think. Tezuka does not shy away from exploring the philosophy of humans and the psyche of human thoughts and human emotion and human relationships. And all of these stories explore the human emotional side in different ways, whether it be remorse for actions done in the past, taboo things, stressful, dangerous situations. He's got a little bit of everything in here, and I think it's really cool that he doesn't shy away from some very difficult material. You've got World War II, you've got some sexual abuse in here, so if you're not really comfortable with that, I would stay away from this. There's a couple of stories with some sexual abuse in here. You've got a lot of war, a lot of futuristic sci-fi stuff too, if you're into that. So there's just a little bit of everything. So I really think that there's something in this short story compilation for everyone. So I only had one gripe with this manga, and it's weird because it happened a couple times on my favorite stories, but Tezuka does a great job. He builds this like immersive world in very few pages, and you're super immersed into the story, and he builds it up, something happens, and then the story just ends. Whether it be through a fourth wall dialogue caption or a quick little summary on the last panel, and you're like, oh, I kind of wish he had explored the ending a little bit more. So just a couple of times where the endings kind of fell flat, just on a couple of them, but overall I thought that most of the stories were very shelled out, and he does a great job of immersing you into the different worlds that he creates. So to conclude, I actually think that Clockwork Apple is a great gateway manga to get into Tezuka's works. It's not an expensive thing to pick up, and you're able to get the writing and art style of Tezuka in a bunch of different ways and different stories without having to put a huge chunk of change into something like Buddha, which is a big 8-volume series, or Message to Adolf, which would run you up from $50-$60. This is going to cost you around $50. You get to see whether you will enjoy Tezuka's distinct style, and if you do, then you can go ahead and pick up the rest of his stuff. So I recommend this as a great way to read into some of the older manga, especially the godfather of manga himself. So I hope that you consider picking this up because it really is quite a fun read. With that being said, if you enjoyed the video, please hit that like button, subscribe, hit that notification bell so you know when more videos that I release come out, and let's discuss in the comments below. Do you enjoy Osamu Tezuka's work? What have you read by him? Do you like his art style? What do you think about his approach to more controversial subjects? I want to know. I'm really interested. He's one of the most interesting mangaka that I've ever read. With that being said, my name is Prof. Otaku. Thanks for taking the time to watch the video, and I will see you in the next one. Take care now. Bye.